You wake up. The sun isn't even fully up yet, but something else is already wide awake inside your head. It's a song. Well, not a whole song. It's just one tiny, maddeningly catchy snippet. A line from the chorus. A few notes from the guitar solo. It's on a relentless loop. An uninvited DJ that took over your brain's sound system while you were sleeping. Your first conscious thought of the day isn't about your to-do list. The weather. It's the lyrical genius of that bubblegum pop hit you accidentally heard yesterday. Why is your brain doing this to you? Is this some kind of cognitive prank? But why does this happen? And more importantly, how do you make it stop? This little musical loop that burrows into your consciousness has a fittingly creepy crawly name. Most people call it an earworm, a catchy name for a catchy problem. It captures that feeling of a tune wriggling into your mind. It sounds like sci-fi, but it's a completely normal brain event. Scientists use a formal term, involuntary musical imagery, INMI. It sounds complicated, but it simply means a piece of music starts playing in your head on its own. It's not hearing with your ears. It's all internal. Think of a broken record player with the needle stuck in one groove, or a browser with one stubborn tab you can't close. The music stuck is rarely the full song. It's usually a short, repetitive fragment. The hook, the chorus, a memorable riff. That's what makes it maddening. Not a complete experience. A cognitive itch that can't be scratched. A broken loop with no resolution. The fragment's incompleteness makes it persistent. The brain grabs the piece and refuses to let go, leaving an unsolicited encore. Having an earworm isn't a sign something's wrong. Over 90% of people get them at least weekly. They're a common feature of how our brains process music. So why does the brain do this? Why does it decide to put a random song on repeat without your consent? The short and simple answer is that our brains have a deep-seated love for completion. They like to finish what they start, a puzzle, a task, a tune. One key part of the brain involved in this process is the auditory cortex. This is the region of your brain that processes the sounds you hear from the outside world. But it's not just for listening. It also replays sounds and music inside your head like a mental MP3 player. When you hear a song, especially a catchy one, your auditory cortex fires up. If you only hear a snippet of that song, or if the song ends abruptly, your brain might flag it as an unfinished file. Because your brain is wired to seek resolution and close open loops, the auditory cortex might keep replaying that snippet over and over again. It's trying to figure out where the song goes next and how it should end. It's like your brain is trying to solve a musical puzzle but only has one piece. So it just keeps turning that one piece over and over, hoping to find a fit that isn't there. This tendency is explained by a psychological principle called the Zeigarnik Effect. We remember unfinished or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. Think about a gripping cliffhanger at the end of a TV show episode. You can't stop thinking about what will happen next, can you? Your brain keeps returning to that unresolved plot point. An earworm works in a very similar way. A half-heard tune is like a musical cliffhanger. Your brain is trying to get to the next episode and find out how the story ends. The earworm loop is not just a random glitch. It's a byproduct of your brain's memory systems and its desire for order. A mental sticky note reminding you there's a task left undone. The brain's replaying of the tune is its way of saying, "Hey, we never finished this, what comes next?" Until you provide closure, by listening to the whole song or distracting your brain, that little loop may keep on running. The recipe for a sticky song. Why are some songs so much stickier than others? What is the secret recipe for a tune that will cling to your brain for dear life? Scientists have studied this very question, analyzing the characteristics of the most common earworms to find out what they have in common. It turns out there are a few key ingredients. One of the most important is a simple, conventional melody. Songs that are easy to sing along to, with predictable patterns, are more likely to get stuck than complex, avant-garde jazz pieces. Your brain loves patterns it can easily grab onto and replicate. Another crucial feature is repetition. Think about the songs that get stuck in your head most often. Chances are, they have a chorus or a hook that repeats many, many times. The structure is incredibly repetitive, drilling the melody and lyrics into your memory with brute force, like that one children's song you've been trying to forget for 10 years. This repetition makes the song fragment incredibly easy for your brain to loop. It doesn't have to remember a whole song, just one small, endlessly repeated section. Interestingly, while predictability is key, a small element of surprise can also make a song stickier. Oxford University found earworm songs tend to have a faster tempo and very simple, repetitive melodic patterns, often with a surprising interval or note. That slight deviation can capture attention, making the melody more memorable. A faster tempo also helps. Upbeat songs with a driving rhythm stick more easily. Finally, recent and repeated exposure is a huge factor. The tune you just heard is primed in your neural pathways, and repeated plays reinforce it even more. No wonder radio hits and everyday jingles are frequent culprits, engineered to be memorable and constantly reimplanted. Section 5. The usual suspects. Who gets earworms most? Does everyone get earworms, or are some people more susceptible? While nearly everyone experiences them, research suggests certain personality types and states of mind make you a likelier host. It might surprise you to learn that musicians, people who play regularly, tend to get earworms more frequently and more vividly than non-musicians. Their brains are trained, finely tuned to melodic and rhythmic patterns, and more receptive to loops. Your state of mind matters too. People who are tired, stressed, or not mentally occupied are more prone to earworms. Think of it like this. When your brain's security guard is distracted, an uninvited musical guest can slip into the party and take over the dance floor. That's why they pop up during mundane chores or routine drives. Some studies link introversion and higher neuroticism to more earworms. Not a rule, just an interesting correlation. Ultimately, no one is immune. Being human means being a pattern-seeking machine, and music is one of our favorite patterns. Whether you're a pro violinist, a stressed-out student, or just bored on the couch, an earworm can strike at any moment. Section 6. The off switch. How to evict your earworm. So, you have an earworm. The tiny DJ in your head is having a great time, but you are not. How do you pull the plug? Fortunately, science offers a few practical, evidence-backed tricks. The first one is a bit strange, but surprisingly effective. Chew gum. Chewing engages some of the same motor planning and sub-vocalization circuits your brain uses for silent singing, disrupting the loop. If chewing doesn't work, try full engagement. Give your brain closure by listening to the entire song, from beginning to end. Make sure you listen all the way to the final note. It closes the open loop. Or try the replacement strategy, risky, because you might trade one earworm for another. Pick something neutral or boring like a simple anthem or nursery rhyme. Finally, engage your verbal working memory. Conversation. Reading out loud, a crossword or word search can crowd out the earworm by giving that system a new job. These activities demand attention, leaving no room for the unwanted musical guest. In the end, earworms are common, mostly harmless, and kind of hilarious. They're the background music we never asked for, proof of how deeply music is woven into our cognitive fabric. The broken records, the unclosed browser tabs, the sticky notes of our mental landscape. Next time you wake up with a tune on loop, smile. It's just your auditory cortex solving a tiny musical cliffhanger. Now you know why it's there, and how to evict it. If this video got stuck in your head, subscribe, because that's basically what we do here.